Hi Gemini, and welcome to your weekly Taroscopes from Cat Tarot. So, let's see what is this week bringing. Last week, I think the message was moving on with grace. It was you were approaching some major, if I remember, major turning point in life. And that grace, the kitty walking through on a wall through the water in a very uncomfortable yet very graceful with tail upward situation was kind of like very, very telling. So I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen this week. And I kind of messed up your reading last time because I'm still new at it. And I have to figure out how to do voice, how to do video. And I hope you're going to be patient with me every single time. I'm getting better. And what I really would like you to do as well, I hope you're going to join the contest, but at the same time, if you're already leaving a message, why don't you also leave a message to how would you like me to approve and what you really personally would like to see in the reading. And I really want to serve you better, so your input is really important. And don't worry, I do not get offended because I see that everybody who is actually taking time to comment, good or bad, is reacting emotionally, and this is really, really important to me. For a living, I'm a coach, so and this is a really good sign when she comes over here. For a living, I'm a life coach, and basically I tell people how to fine-tune themselves and how to get to their goals. I'm using these tarot cards as, first jumper. I'm using tarot cards as sort of like clues, because sometimes people don't know and they don't want to tell you what is going on. So some of my clients are willing to use different tools, and tarot is actually a really wonderful tool. And I cannot tell you enough, because I'm a person who really tried and true tarot, and I know this thing works. So let's see what is this weekly for you, weekly for Gemini, 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 oops, Gemini weekly, oops, too many cards, I'm sorry, I'm not picking these ones up, too many jumpers, okay, Gemini, ooh, nothing is popping up. Geminis, you have your act completely together, okay. Gemini weekly. There we go. I have more than. Okay. I guess I take them all. You got neglected last week, so this time you're going to get what I owe to you. And of course, let's forget this. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is the underline card for the week. And look at this, you have this card too. So let's see, how do we address this that you can see them all. Alright, Gemini, let me see, what do you have over here? You have Major Arcana, Earth, you have 8 of Sea, let me introduce you to cards. You have 8 of Sea, then you have the World, then you have Earth King, then you have 4 of Earth, then you have 5 of Sea and Sea Queen. And the bottom card was 3 of Sky. So last week you had 10 of Sky as an underlying card. Let's see, how do I make this so you can see this better? Here we go. And this week you have 3 of Sky. So these are the cards that tell me about some kind of pain. that is going on in your life. There is something that is affecting you. And if you look at the card closely, in this particular deck, you know, anything that can be tripped on, like look at this, crystal is going to drop, and the feather is going to drop, and this kind of like wool is going to drop, there's a wind chime that is shaking, and look at this, I don't know if you can tell, a whole bunch of things broken. So maybe you were misstepping and kind of like things kind of like got out of control. Maybe it is somebody else who was doing that to you, and you kind of like are reactive to it. In any case, this also can mean a third-party situation where, you know, either you are doing something on the side or you have been wronged, and this is underlying basically energy. However, this is like brain energy, and Gemini is a brainy sign. It's an air sign, and just like sky, which is basically equivalent of swords, is processing things through ideas, processing things through thoughts. In order for these things to be processed, it has to go through emotions. Because sometimes you can intellectually explain to yourself, we all know that we shouldn't be eating that cake, and we eat them. And it is not until you get that aha moment, oh, I got it, that you basically start acting on it. So you need actually to move into the emotional kind of like way in order to get ahead. And this is kind of confirming with your cards. What I'm seeing here, the first card to pop up is 8 of C. In traditional decks, it is showing the person who is walking away from 8 cups toward the moonlight, toward somewhere else. So it kind of does make you wonder, because cups are so emotional, and obviously you are starting to process things emotionally. So it does make you wonder why the person, cups are really important to you, these are your emotions, this is something you're experiencing. What would make a person walk away from something they want, something they love? So I guess for Gemini, that's kind of a relatively easy take on it, because when you decide something intellectually, you kind of like realize that you have to control your own emotions, and the basically exit was there. But in this deck, this card has a little different meaning, and I have to say I actually do like this meaning better, because even though I mean, sometimes we have to walk away from situations where we would like to be, and kind of like not to become a part of codependent relationships, because this is a matter of heart. Like, I mean, sometimes we just can't. There are sometimes real reasons why you cannot do it, because of the kids, because of the different kind of circumstances, and sometimes we just can't because we are not strong enough. So this card here basically tells a different story. If you really look here, the kitty is listening to the shelf. And you know what happens when you listen to the shelf, you hear the sounds of the distant sea. So basically the kitty is trying to reconnect with what happened. And here we go. You're going to get lucky this week, because she does bring luck to anybody who she visits, right? You like Geminis? A lot? Can you please leave us now? Our mommy has to do some work. Now? Now? Can you please? Pretty please? I have to move you if you don't move yourself. Yes. Sorry about this, Gemini. I hope you like kitties like I do. This is my big helper. And so let's go back to this. So this kitty over here is actually almost reminiscing and listening to the past. So very much like those 8 of Cups that you've seen it in the traditional deck. This is a little bit different. It does tell you, yeah, maybe, you know, this is past, and maybe this is something that kind of presented something to me, but you do not see anywhere around that. Like, I mean, this is 8 of Sea, and yet you see no water in this thing. So which means that at this stage, you are deciding to listen and sort of like put a boundary on what has happened. And maybe this is due to your Ten of Swords, which was this kitty that was like so broken last week, to basically this, that you have been going through hardships. I mean, you are moving in an emotional direction, and how you're starting and going about it, you're going about it by actually observing what has happened in the past. And this goes here as well. World is such a beautiful card. Look at this. The kitty is exploring the world, and there is like a sunshine, like really, really beaming really highly. So which means it was the end of something. Again, these two cards are also denoting it was the end of something and the beginning of the new. This might really happen in terms of some event that occurred or some kind of like a person, but this may also just be seen in a way of new idea and a new beginning, or you just decided as a part of your New Year resolution to start anew. But what is really that I like about this card, and it's so much better than any other world card, is showing you that this is like a high vision, and this is like not only major arcana but what I call higher major arcana. This is number 21. You're looking at the very last card in tarot deck. So the journey stops here, but it also starts. So even though you're maybe reaching an end, and maybe you're like mourning this end, this is also denoting that you're checking to see what is out there and basically what is going to be good for you. And what is out there is Earth King. So if you haven't already, you're going to meet a person, or this could be you want to develop yourself into this person who is very reliable, very loyal, who is taking pride in working hard, and this is earth energy. So we are really looking in somebody grounded. Air signs need earth energy, even though they say air signs and fire signs get along very well. Yeah, they do get things done. But to get grounded and to really kind of like have a partner, you can have a shoulder to cry on, and somebody who will be there for you, who is going to tolerate all the little flighty, airy things that air signs do. This is the sign for you. So there is like, a person who also enjoys luxury, who enjoys sensuality, who enjoys food and all other things. And this could be leading up also to your Valentine's Day, that right now you're like reshuffling and you're trying to look into what Valentine's Day can actually bring for you. And basically that you're redefining who you want to have. And actually that kind of would link together with this and with this, because here you're going to kind of reminisce, well, not so much reminisce because that would be Six of C, as much as listen to the calls that you had in the past and maybe think how you reacted, but you're no longer there, you checked out. And then you'll be dreaming about the new worlds, and you are going to be defining what is this new world. So you, in your new world, want something reliable and steady, and I think this is going to be your commitment. However, there is a word of warning. There is also Earth, Four of Earth, and this indicates about don't overdo it. So here is the kitty, I don't know if you can really see it, collecting all his toys behind him and guarding them, and like probably is going to fiercely attack anybody. But what joy is there if you're not using your toys? Like this kitty is supposed to play and enjoy and not to guard itself like that. So this is the message to you. When you decide what you want, do not be guarded. Play with it. You have to enjoy life, and you have to enjoy on a very pragmatic, earthy level. So, and there is like, warning, like when you do that, you're going to burn yourself. Five of C is denoting that you will probably have some kind of heartache along the way, which is normal. If you don't try anything, you're not going to get in any trouble. If you do try things, you're going to get good or bad. In your case, you're going to get both. In your case, you're going to right now try to dip yourself into this water. You see, try to get a fish out, but kind of like slip in and just got all wet. And you know how much cats enjoy being all wet, right? This is like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed right now. So it might happen to you as well, that you feel sorry, or you feel embarrassed, or you feel hurt, but no worries, because you're like right this week enjoying this emotional freedom, and you're trying to find out how to process these bad things emotionally. And this basically happens in different ways. It happens that you're like observing yourself. You're starting with observation, you're starting with contemplation, you're grounding yourself, and you're even feeling sorry, and you might be even feeling sorry for yourself. But the truth is, there are fish in the sea, and you just have to kind of reconfigure and do it all over again, and everything will work out. So the best news is you're succeeding in your task. Sea Queen is basically saying that you are going to enrich your personality with being very loving, with kind of being nurturing, with kind of being there for the other people. And this possible, these two things could be also a couple that but somehow I don't feel it this way. I feel they're two separate things. In fact, this could be an earth sign, but I usually don't go with this. This probably is the part of your personality you're going to develop, and this could be the part of your personality you will develop. However, for this one, I kind of think this could be a person, and this could be a water basically sign, which would be, I think it's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And maybe this is what you need after all these tribulations. You need somebody who's sensitive, and you need somebody who would really listen to you. Or you are able that within 1 week you developed all this kind of levels on you. This is a really big task. If you do that yourself, congratulations. This is like a really task that people spend a lifetime. So, because it looks like to me you did contemplate, you did look what you want, you ground yourself, then you tested yourself, you hurt yourself, and look at this, like now it's this exhalation on it. So altogether I would say trying new things week. And right now next would be your runes. And why I do runes is I just want to see how all of this glues together. Okay, Gemini, let's see what is the rune for you. Whoa. It's the rune of destiny. When you get this rune, you are not allowed to read anymore. That was the only rune basically that came out in a reading. Luckily I actually had, I think, Aquarius before you, so I can continue with the other ones, because the same thing happened 2 days ago with Virgo, that I was basically, the rune, I'm not being told by anybody, but the rune tells you to stop it. So but the blank rune in the reading usually reveals the working of fate. So it again, even though I'm not able to draw a clarifying rune, this kind of means to me the fate as well, that you are really, really working hard in yourself, and that you're reaching a point in life that's completely predestined. Almost like you don't even have to worry this week. Just keep walking, foot in front of the foot. The period that you're approaching, you're free, and you'll have little influence. Events will just progress as they have been ordained. So, if you have any question in mind, like when you started to watch this, this appearances of this weird tells you that now is not the right time for that particular project. So basically the meaning of the rune is destiny is at work. So I hope I made up to you for the previous boo-boo from the last week, and please give me your comments, enter the contest, and I'll see you next week.